Have you just been accepted to one of our schools as a student who is new to France? Or are you about to go on an exchange program with one of our schools? Then you should begin looking for a place to live starting now. When can you start looking for housing? Be careful! With some destinations like Paris, for example, you need to start looking for a place to live rather early on. Paris is very popular amongst foreign students, so affordable places for students are in high demand. If you're a student who is new to France, you can look for housing as soon as you have been accepted. If you're an exchange student and you're to be assigned to your exchange university a few months before your departure, you can take the time to choose your housing carefully. Where can you look for housing? You can use your own network. Don't hesitate to call on friends or family who live where you will be going. You can also benefit from one of our housing partners available in our welcome guide and the onboarding program. They will help you find the ideal place to live by offering a wide range of solutions. A little advice before you arrive. You have problems finding housing, we advise you to book a temporary place, an Airbnb, a youth hostel, a hotel, etc., so you can leave your luggage and then start looking for a permanent place to live. To avoid scams and rip-offs, do not send money directly to a private account. If you are asked for money to visit a place, it is definitely a scam. If you have any doubts about the authenticity of an offer, don't hesitate to contact your school's local staff so that they can advise you or tell you whether it is a scam or not. How to book housing? Whether it's through our partners' platforms or others, there are several documents you need to provide to book your housing. A copy of your identity card or passport, a copy of your visa or your residency permit if you're not European, your school certificate for the current year or any proof of enrollment at your school, proof of a guarantor. What is a guarantor though? A guarantor is a person who is legally responsible if you don't pay your rent. He or she provides financial security that reassures your landlord. They must be French tax residents. There are several solutions for foreign students. To find out more, go to our welcome guide on the page called Accommodation. Some of our partners also act as a guarantor when booking. Once you have booked housing and your application has been approved, what are the next steps? Before you move in, there are still a few steps to take. Step 1. Sign your lease or rental contract. This is a document between you and your landlord that defines the conditions under which you have the right to occupy the accommodation. Little piece of advice: if you have any doubts, do not hesitate to contact your school to help you better understand the lease. Step 2. Submit the security deposit. This is a sum paid directly to the landlord when you move in. The amount varies depending on the type of accommodation. The security deposit is a sum intended to cover any damage found when moving out. Except in the case of any major damage, the security deposit will be refunded in full within the 2 months following your departure. Step 3. Make the incoming room check. When you move in, you and the landlord visit the accommodation together and go over all the details of the flat to make sure that the accommodation is in good condition. Both parties indicate any defects or damage on a document that will be signed and attached to the lease. The same process will be carried out on departure to ensure that the flat is in the same condition as indicated in the incoming room check. Step 4. Obtain a housing insurance certificate. It is necessary to obtain housing insurance from an insurance company or a bank. Basic insurance covers damage and incidents in the accommodation, such as fires, burglaries, and flooding. Once again, if you wish to find out more, just go to our welcome guide. Finally, step 5. Get a gas and electricity supplier. If electricity and gas are not included in the rent, you will need to open an account with a supplier. There are many energy suppliers in France. You can find and compare their offers on our welcome guide. If you wish to find out more about the topics covered in the video, all relevant resources are available in the comment section. That's it! You are now all set to start looking for a place to live in France.